had my first drag race in about June the 15th, 1950. So I've been in here 71 years, I guess.
I have been in it since May 26, 1988, which was my 8th birthday. On Saturday I was 7, and I couldn't race until I turned 8 on Sunday. And so I've just marked my 25th year drag racing. A long ways to go.
Never hit a patch of love bugs, but I did hit a water bug at Brainerd one time, and hit me right in the face shield. That's what brought on the canopies. But never seen any love bugs at the drag strip.
I don't know if it was a love bug that I hit or that it hit me, because by the time it is, there have been a couple of mighty large insects that at one point I have come in contact with, and it is undeniable that it was there, and whatever it was, I have no idea, but it gets your attention, clearly, no doubt, but you're so sensitive inside the top fuel car to whatever's happening. You've got to lift, you've got to pedal, you've got to input, whatever the situation is, and then you're cruising right along, hitting 300 miles an hour, ready to pull the chute, and you're like, stay in it, okay. Yeah, looking around. I mean, I've had splatters this big on the canopy of the windscreen, and he just goes, sorry about your luck. I've had a bird that hit me in eliminations in Charlotte, I think 2017. It made a thud louder than the engine, and it actually cracked our windscreen on the canopy, and there we are, changing out capsules in between elimination rounds. But no love bugs, definitely big insects, and a bird. I'd like to not hit a pterodactyl. I think we'll just stop right there.
No, we thought it was fantastic when they come out with 425 horse Hemi back in the 60s. I mean, that was unbelievable. And today the horsepower that some of these cars are producing, and it's just mind-boggling. And then to be able, they're streetable. They have all the emission stuff on them, and they're quiet, and they get good gas mileage. It's incredible. The technology is mind-boggling.
Clearly always been on the forefront of horsepower. And so I didn't get to see of waiting for, seeing magic happen, before my eyes, seeing something that I didn't think was possible. I got to see it happen in real time. So to answer that question is, I look at it now of, what's next? The expectations are so high, I think, from when the Hellcat came out, and then the Demon, and then, R&D on the Demon, and what they're trying to do with it. And as we look at electrification, and at some point, the muscle car internal combustion era is going to be less, there's going to be less competition. And so I guess what I look forward to seeing is, what is the maximum amount of horsepower that we're going to be able to have in a reliable street car? So am I surprised? No, because I did get to see the SRT engineers work so hard at making the power. It was not the issue, right? Making it reliable, and the transmissions to turn from strip to street and enjoyable was something that I was impressed by.
Yeah, that was definitely a challenge.
That was a major challenge. The engineers to be able to harness that and apply it appropriately, and to have the different modes from track to street, and from cooling and all of that. So I don't think that Dodge is done. I look forward to what's next. So I think that'd be different than his answer of being like, holy crap, they really made this work. I come into the era of seeing how proven that they've been and looking forward to what's next.
My mother wanted me to be a bookkeeper. That's what my degree is. And when I quit my job in the accounting department at the big department store in Tampa in 1950, she didn't speak to me for 2 weeks, and I went to work in a stinking radiator shop. And my girlfriend that I was going to get married to never spoke to me again. And it was the best thing ever happened to me.
She ghosted you.
I'll never forget it. She said, "You would quit Moss Brothers to work in a stinking radiator shop." I said, "I want to get into cars. That's what I love."
My mom was very supportive of whatever our family was doing, which was junior drag racing growing up. Dad was a land speed racer. And as a kid, like, I would throw out things. I'm a Gemini. I'm a young girl. Like, I like all the things. I like gymnastics. I like volleyball. I wanted to be a veterinarian. My dad would go, "We're gonna have to put animals down." Crush that dream. I pursued a career as being a paralegal, putting myself through college. My dad's like, "You're gonna be a lawyer? All they do is lie." Crush that dream. I mean, it wasn't solely off of that, but there were so many instances that I wanted to do this. I wanted to be an Olympian. You don't ever make it. But we kept racing, and when I was 13 years old, going to the Winter Nationals and falling in love with every aspect of the national events. And it wasn't just the cars. It was the crew members. It was the camaraderie. It was this high level that seemed unattainable. And I wanted to be that person, the normal person that could make it up there. And I remember telling my dad, I'm going to become a professional drag racer somehow. And he never said no directly to my face. He supported it, and we continued to race. But then as I got 18, 19 years old running Nostalgia Funny Cars, my dad's engine builder, Leroy Chatterton, he had cancer, and he made my dad promise, and I'm not sure that he did, but he's like, "Ron, you better not let your daughter become a professional drag racer. It is so unsafe." But here they are at Bonneville, chasing after 300-mile-an-hour record runs, the 7,500-pound Thunderbird, doing all of the things. But Leroy, you better not let your daughter become a professional drag racer. And my dad never told me that till later, and he didn't want to instill in me or bring fear into me or anything like that. He just knew I was having a good time. So I just stubbornly pushed my way through into any car I could drive at any time, whatever it took to money-wise to do it, to work on it. And then my dad just kind of gave up. So there was my parents didn't push me into drag racing, and I'd say they more pushed me away from all the other things that could have been, but I don't regret any of it.